Finally, we get another legend. Please be Yaya. Yes! That's what Daddy wanted! What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Yaya Toure, doing a full player review. Best stats, best build, best skills. Couple of tips to give you with this card. And asking the question, is he actually worth it? Alright, so let's get straight into it and look at his stats. We'll show you the build in a second, but this is the build that I had gone for with 82 dribbling, 80 low pass. And to be honest with you, lads, I think this is the trick to maximizing how good Yaya Toure can be. He is literally just a facilitator, a passer, able to move the ball forward with very simple passes. You can see here acres of space and just a lovely driven ball in. And obviously Sonny does the rest with a blitz curler. And I think that if you are going to be training Yaya Toure up, you're obviously going to want to focus on his main two tiers, which is going to be defensive and strength, speed, acceleration, physical contact, and most importantly, defensive awareness, tackling, aggression, and defensive engagement. A lot of people mistake aggression just for winning the ball back, but it's also how aggressive the player is going forward and latching on to loose balls and stuff like that. And you can see Yaya here, even with low stamina, he's going to start to move, he's going to make a run, he's going to cancel his run and then make a run to the back post and get in and just be aggressive when he doesn't have the ball, as well as when he, is trying to defend as well. So that is the build I think that we are really kind of happy with. I don't think that Yaya Toure, and we'll show you at the end of the video why, but I don't think Yaya Toure is the ultimate endgame level version of him. We've given him agility booster. This is his build. 1 into shooting. We'll get to finishing in a second. 5 into dribbling. 10 into dexterity, 9 into lower body, 4 into aerial strength, and 12 into defending. I tested out about 3 or 4 different builds. If you want to check out the stream from yesterday, I checked out a load of different versions of him. But this is kind of how I settled on him. We also gave him centre back, that he's able to play centre back. It took us about 15 position trainers, so obviously that's still a bit of a joke that you can't just pick or, grind. And these are the skills. Now, I actually overwrote Pedri. I had a version of Pedri, so they're the skills. I'm probably going to take out no-look pass and give him something like weighted pass. So that'll probably complete him. I was tempted to give him soul control, flip-flap, and double touch as well, because he does have a very silky double touch, and he's actually one of the most agile, yet strong and fast dribblers that I've had, that I've used, right? It's kind of what sets him apart. He's a very direct runner and just able to get into really good positions while having, lovely little double touch there, and he balloons it over. Now, on about ballooning it over, right? We can score free kicks as well. Obviously, that's down to a bit of skill or whatever, or a bit of luck. But onto the biggest talking point of this card and what separates him from other cards is his strength. Like, he's just an absolute beast. He's kind of like a more mobile version of Vieira, attacking with the ball. He definitely doesn't compare, you can't compare him to a CDM. CMF, obviously, Pirlo Orchestrator is probably the best CMF in the game as Orchestrator, and he matches up fairly well against Pirlo when you look at the stats here, especially defensively and especially if you're looking at aggression and tackling. But Pirlo is just way better going forward with the ball. However, Pirlo is not a dribbler. He's not strong in the dribble, and that's what sets Yaya Toure apart. He's a very unique card. I think a lot of people will struggle to play with Yaya because he's definitely not meta. And a big part of that is his finishing at 70. People have been saying that his finishing is poor. We're going to show you 2 goals here. One is against a really good opponent online, where we score a first time shot with his left foot, his weak foot. And then we have this dribble into full speed, absolute bullet. So yeah, it's kind of a difficult one because I do think that Yaya, he's definitely not meta, right? When you compare like him to the likes of maybe Hullet, who compares with him on a player model basis. When you liken him to Pirlo in terms of stats, when you liken him to Rodri in terms of his defense, he's kind of like a mixture of everything. I do think that they're going to bring out a box-to-box version of Yaya Toure, and that will be the ultimate because he already kind of has it built into his player ID from going box-to-box, even though he's an orchestrator. He kind of reminds me of Xabi Alonso with his runs, but I don't think that he's as overpowered, and I don't think a lot of people are going to use him in favor of having Pirlo. Pirlo is just the daddy, I think, at the moment. He doesn't hit those thresholds on all the stats. Now, you could change his build around a little bit, but that is my final thoughts on Yaya. I don't know if he's worth it right now, but he's definitely a unique card. Let me know if you're playing with him. Let me know if you spun, and yeah, we'll talk to you in the next one.